Disco Inferno. Welcome to the breakdown, episode 564, sponsored by Gemini. I got the links all out there, okay? If you haven't looked into the Bitcoin credit card yet, you're crazy. I'm telling you right now, you're crazy. Gemini.com/David G. Go look into it. Also, you can click on the link, sign up, trade $1,000 in crypto, get $100 in Bitcoin. Powered by the GNN Network, Gokshi News Network. Well, all the dope ass, all the dope ass meme personalities are found in one place, under one roof. That's right. Who shot you? All right, we'll get into this. We talked about it on the morning show today on the Crypto Talk radio show. Let me just lower the music down. We talked about it on the morning show, and Charles joined. By the way, Charles, the founder of Cardano, he joined in on the conversation, and we had the regulars up there. But you know, maybe like a few years ago, or maybe before the pandemic, I'd sit there and kind of agree with everybody's take, but I kind of don't look at life that way anymore. So when it comes to, I question everything. So when it comes to this whole situation with Elon and Trump, I really don't believe that Trump would want to make an enemy in Elon, and I don't believe Elon would want to be an enemy of Trump. Because at the end of the day, they both need each other. Regardless of what's stated publicly, they both need each other in order to go ahead and achieve their goals. Trump to achieve his goals with the economy and leaving as one of the greatest presidents of all time. And you have Elon, obviously the contracts from the government, SpaceX. You got Tesla, which is really an energy company that produces cars. There's a lot on the line for both men, and everybody can say, hey, I don't need this, I don't need that, but that's pure and utter nonsense. You know, so obviously, again, I talked about this on the nightly recap yesterday, which is sponsored by Hoppy. I went into my own thought process about what I think is happening here. But at the end of the day, like if you sit back, you have to support the president of the United States of America. You don't have to like what and that's the beautiful part about free speech. You don't have to like, and you can voice your opinions too. And you can also go to the ballot box when it's time to go ahead and have your voice heard. But like currently, Trump is the president, and you have to support the president. Like, you want the president to win, no matter if it's a Democrat or a Republican, because if the president wins and the administration comes up with a plan that helps American citizens, you win, you benefit. So how, this whole, we've been watching this for years. We've been watching Democrats and Republicans go at it with each other, block bills that can benefit American people. Aren't you tired of that? Like that's what I kind of was thinking about today. Aren't you tired of the same shit over and over again? Regardless if it's a Republican or a Democrat, somebody comes into office, bills aren't able to be passed because everybody wants to throw in some nonsense, and then the bill is so fatty that it helps absolutely nobody except except the people that are behind the scenes, and they continue to profit on the American citizen. So at what point do we say, hey man, I don't care, you know, Republican or Democrat, I want the person in the Oval Office to win. Because if he wins or she wins, then I win, I benefit, my life becomes a lot more comfortable, I can live, I can function, I can get the normal amount of sleep time necessary for me to operate. I don't have to work 3 jobs. I don't have to work 2 jobs. I can work 1 job. I could potentially open up a business, a small business, and be able to achieve the dreams that you have set forth for yourself. At what point do we root for the people that we elect into office? Even if you didn't elect them into office, even if you voted for somebody else, at what point do you start to say, you know what? You know what? I'm going to stand behind the president, regardless if I voted for that person or not, because I want to see America. I want to see America do great because I'm an American citizen, right? So if you're an American citizen, you want America to do great, unless I'm fucking wrong somewhere here. I still believe that yesterday was a planned out show, and maybe just a few. A few people think this way. I don't know. It just maybe today's radio show. I felt like more so than not, and maybe I didn't allow a lot of people up, but it seemed like a lot of people thought it was. Charles thought it was a true story. There are a few people that thought it was a true story. I still don't believe it was a true story. I still don't believe it. Because in general, all these big bills that are passed in Congress, in the House, in the Senate, there's always people from either side trying to throw something into a bill to satisfy the people that are funding them under the table. So what if this is something planned out to make sure that a bill is passed that represents the vision and the mission that was expressed during the campaign trail? I don't know. I'm just putting it out there. I'm thinking, what if this is that? And I'll have this weekend, as I'm laying on the beach looking like the pure definition of sex, I'll be laying out there and I'll be thinking about this, notating it in my notebook, trying to figure out the potential reasons why this was done. So, what would benefit all of us, is if Elon, obviously, Trump, in the next few days, there's an announcement. They're hugging it out. It is Pride Month. They're hugging it out. They love each other. The back flying on Air Force One. X is there. He's running around hugging Trump. But I can also see that, I can also see this. I can also see that maybe, Charles said something, and I thought about this also. Maybe Elon was too much. If the case is that none of this is a psyop, then maybe Elon was too much. I don't believe Trump wants to. I really don't believe Trump wants to be known as somebody who said one thing and did another. I don't believe he wants to be known as that, especially that he wants to be somebody who's talked about in the history books as one of the greatest presidents of all time. I just can't see it. I can't see it. Yeah, I don't know. But it's entertainment. A lot of you guys don't need to go ahead and pay for cable anymore. You could just pay $8 or $11 per month. You get your little blue check mark and you can come on to X, formerly known as Twitter, and you can watch and you can just watch the chaos that unfolds here every single day. Every single day. You know what's funny? It's kind of like I was laughing about this because watching Elon and Trump, watching what happened yesterday, it just reminds me of my life here too. One day you're buddy, and the next minute motherfuckers are flipping. It's true. It's true. It is very true. I was also thinking about this. Watching everybody on the timeline rushing back to Ethereum, looking for the next play or a new play to get into. I'm thinking to myself, Ethereum, where everything's going to pop off. If I were to tell you there's a play out there that Vitalik is interacting with in the same way as Shiba Inu, would you go into it? Is my question. Would you go into a play right now where Vitalik is interacting or has interacted with the contract the same way he did with Shiba Inu? And we know what Shiba Inu did. So that's a question that I want you to ponder right now as you're in this chat. Shout out to everybody from X, from YouTube, from Rumble, who are tuning in right now, watching me as I'm on the microphone and I'm talking while I'm on the ones and twos. Would you go into a play like that? Because everybody wants to find the next play, and it's staring you right in the goddamn face. There is literally a play that Vitalik, the founder of Ethereum, has interacted with this contract. And this, in the same way as Shiba Inu, would you go in? So Bengal Tiger says she wouldn't go in. And I just mentioned that in the same way as Shiba Inu, and Shiba Inu went to billions upon billions of dollars in market cap. So what are we looking at? And what are we looking for? If you can get into a low cap play, if you can get into a low cap play right now that is going to potentially or could potentially be and run like Shiba Inu and has history behind it as well. It's not just like some made up, just dolled up and made up crap. Would you look at it and entertain it? Is the real question. By the way, if you're in this chat, because I see this, I see there's a lot of people here, and you guys don't see each other. Well, we're interacting right now, but a lot of you guys don't. Yes, Bengal Tiger, he did. He did. I think Augie is the most slept on play in the industry right now because Vitalik interacted with the goddamn contract. And people are sleeping on it. And the lore behind Augie started everything that you're currently in, that I'm currently in as well. It inspired your Pepe verse. And you guys are running around trying to create a new model when you don't need to. This is the same thing that happened with Shiba Inu. It's giving me flashbacks of the same thing that happened with Shiba Inu. People faded Shiba Inu until they couldn't fade it no more. That's the craziest thing. I've watched this through cycle. There is something that's always sitting there. Look at SPX. It sat for fucking months. Nobody even touched it. And then SPX blew up. It ripped. So for those who took a flyer on it, congratulations, right? You've made out big. But here I'm talking about something that Matt Fury, Augie, Matt Fury, okay? Matt Fury, the creator of Pepe, right? Went and was inspired by Augie. Augie inspired a lot of shit to be created in terms of memes and characters. And here it is, it's sitting. Vitalik has interacted with the contract, and I think he's the second largest holder. And it's the same shit, flashbacks of what happened with fucking Shiba Inu. So if you think about it here, I'm going to make it make sense for you, okay? You had Dogecoin. And Shiba Inu came out. Not everybody jumped in right away. 50% of the supply was sent to Vitalik. Vitalik interacted with Shiba Inu, and Shiba Inu went through the roof. Shiba Inu was a beta play to fucking Dogecoin. So now, running it back, you have Pepe, which is the king of this cycle, that has resurrected the meme economy 2.0. And here you have the inspiration for Pepe sitting on the sidelines, a contract that has been interacted with, Vitalik interacting with a contract. Augie, which inspired so much of the boys club shit to come out. And it's sitting right there. And I am listen, if I'm not sure of something, I ain't coming on here, recorded it all, and saying it. Bam, there you go. Augie is the next play. Augie is the most underrated play right now. Motherfuckers have sent hamsters into the millions for no reason. This right here is that play, and it reminds me a lot like Shiba Inu. I don't care about anything else you put into this chat. It doesn't matter to me. Unless I've done the research on the motherfucker, I don't care. For those who lurk in here and who see this and they're looking for something to look into, that's it. And there'll be more stuff that I'm looking into, and I told you, I'm going to be partnering with stuff. I'm going to be investing into things. I'm confident when it comes to Ethereum. I am super confident when it comes to Ethereum. And especially Ethereum memes. Welcome to the breakdown, episode 564, sponsored by Gemini. I already told you, Gemini.com/David G, the Bitcoin credit card. I'm telling you, this is probably the best thing that we have on the market. I don't care what anybody says. It's the best thing You want to talk about utility? Spending money and getting 4% back in Bitcoin? That's crazy. That's crazy. And then if you sign up using my link, also you get trade $1,000 in crypto, get $100 in Bitcoin. GNN is the network that powers this conversation, this show, the breakdown. The breakdown has been around for a very long time. I think I might have to bring back Akil Patterson, aka Big Unk, next week to go ahead and really talk about what happened with Elon and Trump. But I was sitting, besides that, I was sitting back and thinking about the things that I like, besides the things I'm already in, the Pepes, the Bobos, and stuff like that. What is that play? And and I had that moment of like, this is Shiba Inu. How do you fade what Vitalik is interacting with? Vitalik is literally interacting with a fucking play and it's sitting right in front of your face. What are you doing? When I talked to you guys about Hoppy at 150K, y'all faded too. And what happened? It went to 150 million. And it's still, it's probably on its way to surpass that as well. Stonks, 42 million. I told you that about what? 80K, 100K? You could have got in. I'm telling you, man, this is the play. There are other plays that I like. There are other plays that I like and that I'm in and I'm watching closely. But Augie, the interaction with Vitalik, it says it all, man. It just like, I don't know. I don't know what more you would want. If he continues to interact with the contract, bullish. If he sells, bullish. Because when Vitalik sold Shiba Inu went fucking up. And for those who are in Pepe that want another sort of beta play that actually means something that has lore to it, Augie. For those who miss Pepe or you think you miss Pepe, Augie. It's very simple. If you feel like you've missed out, I just named, these are my three frogs. My three frogs. Pepe, Hoppy, Augie. That's it. And it all rhymes. It all finds a way to rhyme. Maybe I'll hold a space on it. I don't even know. Maybe I'll fucking hold a space on it. Maybe I'll really break it down. Maybe I will really break it down. It was sent to his wallet and then he interacted with the contract. He usually full clips the entire supply. He didn't full clip the entire supply. He just sold a little bit. And I believe, being that people know who Robert Crump is, people know of his work. They grew up reading his comics. Yeah, I thought about that too, Bengal. But I think people think I'm crazy already just by talking about all these animals that I have in my animal kingdom, of which I call my portfolio. Telling you. There you go. There you go. What is this? No, though. I burn, baby, burn like disco inferno. The hell is this? Everybody has the next crypto moonshot play. Staring you right in your face. Staring you right in your face. Hey there, I'm doing it. Yo, people be talking to themselves in my DMs. It's crazy. People be really talking to themselves in my DMs. It's crazy. Anyway, I think the markets are going to do really well. By the way, I was told I'm not allowed to do this because apparently I'm flexing. So I'm not allowed to lift my arms in any way to showcase the physique that I have. Apparently, I can't show off my cuts on my arms and on my chest, on my abs. The only thing I could do is make sure that I focus in on the camera and show off this lovely face. Um, I could put it in. I could put the link, I guess, the CA into the live stream, but then you can't click on it on in this. I don't know. People are telling me they can't click on it, so I'll put it somewhere on the timeline. I've talked about it. But now I'm really watching it, especially with people coming back to eat. I'm like, yo, like this is a fucking no brainer. This is a no fucking brainer. Like it just no brainer, man. No brainer. Yo, this Trump Elon shit has me worn out, man. Because I'm thinking of like, what's next? Will the Fed get nervous? Will they cut rates? Because if they cut rates, that'll help the markets. By the way, a lot of people in crypto actually want to see the current bill get passed because obviously anybody in crypto would benefit, anybody in the markets benefits, regardless if it might hurt people outside of the markets. So people are thinking from a standpoint of greed, which is that's the world we live in today, man. That is the world that we live in today. I'm telling you, you know what? I'm saying this. I usually say these things that, like, I remember when I talked about Shiba Inu, people fucking said I'm nuts. And I had like the Dogecoin community try to fucking assassinate me. But I turned out to be right on Shiba Inu. Turned out to be right. When I started, the first days of Pepe, when I came in and I did spaces for months upon months upon months, the beginning people were telling me I have just ruined my career talking about Pepe. How did that work out? They told me I would ruin my career by going onto national TV to talk about Dogecoin. How did that work out? They told me I'd ruin my career talking about Bobo. It went to 250. How did that work out? And it's going to make the comeback. 100%. Excuse my days on Solana. The the five things that I believed in, but the first thing, crying cat, fucking did numbers. But I was fucking held hostage. This space is incredible. This space is fucking incredible. But I was bored as fuck. That's where everybody went. And then the whales on ETH didn't want to participate on Solana. So what can you do? What can you do? Anyway, tune into the shows and obviously tune into Landy's breakdown. I don't know what time he comes out with it. I've never even asked Landy, what time do you come out with your TA? But at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you have Hotep Jesus, the Griff Report, where he's going to break down this whole Elon thing. The Elon Trump thing, he's going to be breaking that down. 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you got Julie Kennis, Crypto News on YouTube. She'll be breaking it down. At 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you got Hotep Jesus and you got Leslie Moda. They're recapping the news on the nightly recap, which is sponsored by Hoppy. Shout out to Hoppy. And I saw a lot of people like, yo, but hold on, we want to advertise also. If you want to advertise on the GNN network, you can go ahead and contact me. It's very simple. My DMs are open. You want to contact me. If you are a legitimate project and you can pass verification and all that good stuff, you got a real business, we can go ahead and have a conversation. And maybe, just maybe, your logo will be on here. If not, too bad. Hey, wish you luck, but not on our network. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. Well, Bobo has to pay to be on here. You got to pay. This is not a nonprofit. I love Bobo, but it ain't a nonprofit. We got to keep the lights on. How do you think How do you think Fox News keeps their lights on? You guys are wild. How do you think Coinbase? No, not Coinbase. Cointelegraph, CoinDesk. How do you think people keep their lights on? You guys are wild with something like, hey, just hey, like talk. No, no, no. You want to advertise like sports teams, right? You got a bunch of companies that advertise on their courts and all that stuff. Every single media company, like it just what do you guys really don't know business. It's wild. I watch the comments and I'm just like baffled. I'm like, well, what is happening? How do you think the lights stay on? I think the lights stay on. Who's this crackhead? Who's this crackhead who just joined in? Make sure. I want to make sure that I fucking block motherfuckers from putting their nasty ass energy into my chats and into my shows. Anyway, I appreciate you guys very much. Thank you for tuning in. It's Friday. It's June 6th. It's 1:36 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I gave you my take this morning and today on Elon and Trump. It's what I think. I think we'll be okay. I think they're going to pass a great bill. I think Americans will appreciate a real president. Even the Democrats will appreciate a real president in office. I think crypto is going to go to heights not seen in our lifetime in this ecosystem. I think Bitcoin rebounded quickly. It's no longer days, it's hours before, like everybody's, by the way, still in the Bitcoin run. Still in a Bitcoin run. Until dominance comes down, and it will. And then everything will pop. Ethereum's coming back. And everybody's coming back to Ethereum. Anyway. And I still stand on Augie. Still stand on it. Good seeing you too, Bengal Tiger. Good seeing you guys. I hope you have a wonderful fucking weekend. I hope you do something with your goddamn selves. Okay? I really do hope that you guys do something with yourselves. Hey, try biohacking. Try biohacking. And yes, I'm working on a deal with the water company. I am working on a deal with the water company. Got a lot of partnerships in the works. But I appreciate you guys, because without you guys, without an audience, we can't do deals. There has to be an audience for companies to come in and say, hey, we want to advertise with you, because you have an audience that might like our product. Wow. Guys, you've been awesome. I might roll up in your spaces. Who knows? I might say hello. Who the fuck knows? Man, I like looking at myself. Damn, one sexy motherfucking son of a bitch. Anyway, have a great one. And on that note, I am out.